Today's episode is episode 2 in the Canopy build series. So the goal for today, and maybe tomorrow, it is a long weekend, is false floor into the canopy and rooftop tent onto the top of the canopy. That'll give me somewhere to sleep and somewhere to, I've got a drawer I can screw in. No 12 volt yet, but it's a start. So what I've done with this false floor is it's not as deep as ones I've built before. Normally they're, I don't know, 50 or 70 or even 90 mil. I think Andy's was about 90 mil in his canopy. This one's, I think 38 or 39 mil. So it's quite a shallow false floor. So I still want the strength. So I've still ended up, I've got 12 mil ply that I was out at Bunnings today, and I've got it cut to shape. I've just got to niche out the, where the Jackoff canopy comes in. I've just got to niche that out. That's cool. But what I've done, I've gone with this aluminium tubing. It's super light. You get this from Bunnings. It comes in different lengths. I've got 9 lengths of 600, then I've got 2 3-meter lengths. These are 25 mil. So in my head, I've got 25 mil of that, 12 mil of that. My maths is 37 mil, and then probably 2 or 3 mil of the marine carpet will bring us up to 39 to 40 mil. So if my calculations have been right, we should have a nice flat false floor. I've gone black marine carpet, truck's all black and white, so let's go black. And I'm really excited to use these. I've seen a couple of other YouTubers build drawers and whatnot with these sort of things, and they look to be super strong. They just all kind of click together with these plastic brackets. You mallet it all in and it's pretty strong. So that's going to be my frame that's going to sit on the bottom. I am going to Sikaflex it down to the floor so I don't have to drill holes in the canopy. So I'm just going to create a grid with these on the floor, then put my 2 sheets in this way and screw them down to this. Right, enough of me dribbling on. Let's get started. I'm going to make a grid. So what I've done, I've measured obviously the inside dimensions right through to this edge, because I'll have to cut out this as we said earlier, but I want to bring the last beam running along here about 40 mil in, because the closing mechanism of the door comes down into here. So I think I'm working it out. If I talk to you, I'll work it out in my head. So I've got 2 25s of those, then a 40 mil gap on each side. And these are 600, so I don't want to cut all of them. I'll leave that one at 600. So if I work that out right, 1790 is the width of that, minus 50 for the 225s, minus 80 for the 240s, minus 1060, 600 for that one, 750 divided by 2, 530, 3 meters divided by 2. Too confusing. I'm going to go measure this and come back. So I've been measuring everything up. So these are 600 long, so these are going to go across here and here, with a junction in the middle, and then our long beams coming down, which are the 3-meter ones. So I've done a few calculations, done a few times. So they always say measure once, cut twice. So I've measured 15 times and I haven't cut anything yet. I think I'm going to be pretty right though. So it's going to, by the look of it, we're going to have about a 10 mil gap at each edge here from the top of it. And I'm going to bring this in about 40 on each side so it clears the lock. And then, so I'm going to build the frame first. I'm going to cut everything up. I'm going to build the frame and then set it in, see how well it fits. And if it fits the way it's supposed to, then it's just, I'll run a bead of Sika along the bottom of it all, set it down, put a bit of weight on it, let that cure, and then we'll get into the timber. So on the face of it, we always say this, easy job. Let's hope so. So here's my builder's diagram. So these are the 750s. These are the 530s. And those are the 600s. The corners, I thought, because I couldn't get the corners.
It's gonna grind them off.
Well, I thought we'd put them that way, because it might have left a 40mm gap at each end, so it might actually give it a bit of solidness.
So this is the end piece, is it?
Yeah. No, that goes up the side. Actually, I've put that in the wrong way. That goes that way.
That's not gonna fit.
Oh no, it is. That is the right way. Sorry. I don't want to scratch it off.
I think it's because it's hitting that where the gas strut.
I think we'll have to build it inside. How far are you over there?
Less than a finger.
How does that work? I measured that to be 40mm. All right, we're going to shorten one out of each row. We'll get back to you. Right, so I'll give you a quick update. We've got the floor, or the frame in. We haven't Sikaflexed it or anything yet. I've got to cut the wood. And when I got it cut from Bunnings, I probably got it cut about 5mm too long. So I've got to trim a side off both bits of timber, and it's a bit late. There's a next door neighbors have got a baby, so I don't want to wake them up. So we'll deal with that tomorrow. In the meantime, what I thought I'd do, because it doesn't make any noise, is whack the rooftop tent on. So I've lowered it down a bit. There's a few brackets up here that I'm just moving to line up with the uni struts, which are up here. So I've just loosened off the 6 brackets and moved them in line, and I'll drop it down onto the roof now, and I'll line it up on top of the canopy, and then it's just 6 bolts to bolt it down to the uni struts using these little guys. So I'll get that done, and that'll do me for tonight. And then tomorrow we'll get stuck into the rest of the false floor. So I'm just going to bolt that down. There's probably not too much to say. It's not hugely exciting watching me do 6 bolts. So I'll bolt the tent down, and then we'll see you in the morning, and we'll get stuck into it. It's all ready tomorrow. So I spent last night, finally got the rooftop tent on top. Those 6 bolts took a lot longer than expected, but it's on now, and I think you can see the result's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I think what I'm going to do is somehow just use a couple of bungee cords and just elevate this up so I can kind of see where the Sika has to go. I've noticed too that the floor is a little bit undulating, especially here on this side. There's a little dip there, but yeah, this will fix all those dips, which I think you kind of expect. All the canopies I've had have all been like that, but that's all right. False floor will fix all those imperfections. I've just had another brainwave, bit of a Sharpie, and I'll draw just around where the glue should go. That'll make life a bit easier. Put this in for well, I've just ripped the sides out as you've seen, but I'll put a test fit in and then mark where we're going to cut it into this nook. So that's good. Beautiful. All right, let's give it a test fit. It's time to see if it can fit. All right, that's a good start. That's a better start. Let's check these latches latch. Ooh, what do they do? So I'm using these metal head screws from Bunnings. They're 30mm thick wafer heads, a nice flat head, so the carpet will go over the top of them. And they're to go into sort of, it says here, electrical fittings, signs, secret clips for roofing, sheet metal, metal saddles, etc. So this is perfect to go into the beams underneath the timber, and they'll go through the timber. These are 30mm, timber's 12. So I'm just going to try one on this and see if it'll self-drill through the timber. Otherwise I'll just pop a pilot hole through each one and then we'll screw them in. Right, we're now into the carpet time. So I got 2 meters of this from Road Tech Marine. I think it was like $54 a meter, like 110 bucks all up. 2 meters should be perfect. Sit down, go. There you go. All right, so what I want to do, I'm going to go and cut this off here, and then we'll bring it back in again. Right, so I've trimmed off all of the excess material around the sides. As I say, I'm going to keep it straight. I'm going to use the pantry or the passenger side. That'll be the kitchen, the pantry side. I'm going to use that as a good straight edge, and then I'll cut this one by hand when it's in, just along the, I'm going to run the knife along the edge of that lip. So the next thing now to do is to, I've got the spray, Sika spray glue. So I've got this stuff here, Sika Bond spray fix. So the trick to this is spray both sides and let it go tacky, not dry but tacky. And then I'm going to get, I've got a roller that I had for when we did the cab insulation, the car builder stuff. They gave me a nice wooden roller to roll that car builder stuff down in. I'm going to use that. I'm going to roll this carpet in so it's really nicely unstuck. So I'll spray this, and I'll spray this on the garage floor, and we'll get it in. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this trimmed. I'll come back with the finished product. Done. Canopy is coming along. So we've got false floors finished, rooftop tents on, awnings back open again. This is the Bush Company 270 XT Max awning, so it folds forward too. And they've designed it so the two main arms come out to allow canopy doors to open, which it's doing perfectly. Next on the list of wishes is the platform to go on the cab so I can get into the tent, because it is still opening from the front, which I love. I love that mod. And then we're going to start planning out what we're going to put inside here. So in the way of fridges, drawers, pantry, storage, 12 volt, all that sort of stuff. They'll be coming up in future episodes. So thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe. It really does help us. And we'll see you on the next one.